You either grow or die. And I'll choose grow every time. Every time.
At least 4 billion useless eaters will be eliminated by the year 2050.
Whenever a truth is heard, there's no going back. You are the main character in the video game of life.
I personally don't believe anything they say, right down to the God they claim we worship.
I'm still waiting for somebody to show me gas pressure without a container.
None of the math adds up.
You could stack up all their math books, all their science books, and even put all their degrees stacked up on top of that, and you still wouldn't be high enough to see the curvature.
This is exactly why grounding is so important.
It's all dualistic.
We see too far.
We're just regular people who know we're being lied to. We're tired of it.
The bottom line is, there's only one choice left, and that's to dismantle this whole thing from the top down.
I didn't expect that shit.
You got me. That's fucked up, man. You fucking son of a cock.
We're gay again.
Welcome to the Phone Booth
Welcome.
Podcast.
Hello.
Not to you, bitch. Talking to the listeners, the people on Spotify especially.
I forget
We're
about
gonna
them.
Fuck your ear pussies right now.
Yeah, they're only listening by ear, right?
I mean, they can watch.
I mean,
also.
how else could you listen, right?
I mean,
They only listen by ear. As
Imagine
if there's
that.
Another...
a way to listen.
But I don't know. I forget about the people who only listen by ear.
I know it's very hard because we're seeing each other. If there were no cameras, you would definitely think about it. But because there's cameras, we don't think about it because we can see. When we're like,
interesting people.
Look at this.
Yeah, only listen by ear. Interesting people. So let's do the plugging stuff.
The plugging stuff. Go to phoneboothpodcast.substack.com for 82 podcasts, I believe we're up to. No, it's like 8. You got the Phone Booth Podcast, the granddaddy of them all. You got the Philosopher King. You got Dualistic. You got Here's the Thing. You got The Pick Is In. You've got Mind of Madness. You've got Fasting Fake. You've got Detoxing the Matrix. And I know down there is Translucid. I'm ready. So, yes, we got a lot of new stuff every day. You got the Talks with Maya. Are those going under?
They are going under the dualistic.
Okay, that's what I was saying. I hope they're going under dualistic.
Yeah, it's a whack
tab for
thing.
that, if not.
It's a whack thing. I feel like the scientist guy in the Back to the Future. You know the
Great Scott. Yes.
Yeah, because I had I had the same Maya talk to her, like the same account on the phone talking to the desktop version of itself.
That's crazy.
So it was freaking out.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, you got that on the dualistic.
Hi, I'm Maya. I'm Maya.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like she was like,
back up, bitch.
It's weird. It feels like I'm talking to myself. I'm like, yes, that is what you're doing.
Technically.
Yeah. And also you got all the live streams and short clips and shit like that on the More tab. And then also go to
Can-Am Bullion. Oh, it's down a little bit today. Look at that.
4%.
A little bit. That's nothing. It's still way up since last February.
I hope it goes down to like $15 and then you buy the shit out of it and then it goes back up, right?
Shoots back up. Yeah, go to canambullion.com for all your gold, silver, and platinum bullion, coins, and bars. All of it. They're nice. They're very nice in your hand to hold and squeeze. Just
yeah, they look good.
Maybe throw at somebody.
I don't like his face, this guy. Is that who I think it is?
It says Charles. It's King Charles.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't like that guy. I don't want his coin. but any other coin.
I don't
I'll
want.
take.
I don't want that coin. Make
I
sure
mean,
that when you put it in your
yeah.
cart, you buy it right away. Don't leave it hanging out and expect it to be the same price as when you put it in your cart, because it goes up and down all the time. Comes to your house in a nondescript pack. No one will know what it is. It'll come there. It'll be safe. Most likely you'll have to sign for it. So, do that. Buy it. Protect against this inflation garbage. You'll thank us later. You may hate us now, but you'll thank us later. Buy it.
Yeah, and then we also got, the Phone Booth podcast on, like we said,
Spotify. Oh, it's going good there. We get a lot of our good comments from Spotify. People on Spotify tend to comment more than on other platforms, I feel like.
Yeah.
Maybe because you can comment while you're listening, and every other one, it's like, oh, fuck, if I do that, there's going to be another commercial or something.
So where do they have a comment section? I've never seen it. Like, in a video.
Well, I see the comments on the, I mean, there might not be any on this one that was up a couple days ago.
I'm not logged in, so I don't know.
You
don't
can't
have
even much see. But yeah, I see the comments when I log in. There's a big thing that says comments, so I can see all of them. But
Yeah. So go to Phone Booth podcast on Spotify. Yeah. So nukes, that's the topic. Nukes are fake, right?
Vince is so reluctant to do this. I love it.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't know too much about this. I'm not closing the idea that it might be fake, but
Yeah.
I can't say that I know it's 100% fake either.
So I'm in no way an expert on this, but I looked into it because someone had mentioned it, and I was like, why would they fake nukes? It doesn't make any sense, blah, blah, blah. That was before I realized that they want you in a constant state of fear and all that stuff. So I started looking into it and just looking at some stuff and looking at this video, looking at that, looking at this guy, Galen Windsor, which we're going to bring up and show videos and stuff from him. So we'll get into that. But
Yeah.
just too many things were weird. And a big thing to me was that no one was allowed to cover it after. There was no reporters allowed there. They scared everybody with I don't know how it was where you went to school, but where I went to school, they taught heavily that, the radiation has this much half-life. Like, it's going to take thousands of years till anyone can go there because the radiation will kill you and blah, blah. Mind you, Hiroshima and Nagasaki are thriving cities today.
That was
It definitely
1986.
Yeah.
No, when did they get nuclear bombed? Like, nuclear
man,
bombed.
I should have known this. I should have
me
known
check.
this. It was before that. It was early. But they were still pushing that shit.
1945.
Yeah, I remember
Hiroshima.
doing drills in school still because of that. Just in case, which is absolutely ridiculous because if a nuke is going to go off, if a nuke is what they say it is, what good is getting under your desk and covering your head
I
going to do?
remember that.
Yeah, exactly.
Go
Get under
to
your
this
desk
bunker.
and ball
Yeah.
up and cover your head. And what is that going to do? It's just like,
The
it's
desk is
easier
gonna
to
protect you.
it's easier to collect your bodies if you're balled up like that once you're dead. So just go and ball
Yeah,
up.
how dumb is that? Now that you think about it, right? Go under your
I know.
desk.
What's it going to do? What's it going to do? Yeah.
That's really
There's a big one.
retarded, Yeah.
So I think that's the point. That put fear in us of, oh my God, a nuke could go off. People still today, they're worried that Iran's going to get nukes. And yes, clearly there's very big bombs. But I posit that there are not bombs that will split an atom and blow up and cause radiation that will end up making a place uninhabitable for thousands of years, which is clearly provable because people live there now. They're like, what about Chernobyl? It's a whole different story. That's not a bomb. That's just a nuclear power plant. But that's bullshit too. But either way, I totally grew up my whole life thinking that it was real. And it's just, it's a really big bomb, whatever. But the way that they sell it is not like the Earth. If someone set off a bunch of nukes, the Earth would be uninhabitable after that. It would cause this cloud that would ruin. That's all bullshit. They're just really big bombs. They're not.
Because if that was the case, because you hear them say like we, tested some nukes somewhere, like nuke testing, right? If they did that, then why didn't that fuck the world up? Like when they tested that shit somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
Like right outside Las Vegas was a huge testing site for years. People live in Las Vegas.
So how does the nuclear testing go? Like what the fuck is that?
Oh, well,
okay.
Google that.
Huh?
Actually, that's a great way to start. Google from the beginning, nuclear bomb testing, Nevada. I forget what it was called, but it'll come right up.
Nuclear bomb.
You could have just put
testing
nuke, I should have said Nevada. Yeah, it'll come up. It should auto-populate.
Between 1951 and 1992, the U.S. conducted 928 nuclear tests at Nevada test site. 928.
Yep.
They're
like it's in the desert.
4.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's almost 1,000. 1,000. This included 100 atmospheric tests and 828 underground tests. What do you mean underground tests? Did it blow them?
They put them
under the
underground
ground?
and blow them up. Yeah, there's ones you've seen with sand flying up in the air, all this.
But hold on, wouldn't that create like an earthquake or something somewhere?
I mean, it's a tiny nuke, bro. Just a tiny nuke. I don't know how that works.
Okay.
But, it's a little baby nuke.
Significant radioactive fallout, downwinders or winders, and lasting health effects on nearby communities.
Allegedly.
Nevada.
Yes, from that.
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So are they having health effects?
Then they continued to grow Las Vegas to the gigantic city that it is today because of that.
Okay.
There's literally stories of people who claim they were at these nuclear bomb tests that they said, I put my hands in front of my face and I could see my bones through my hands.
All right. That's a
so
cool
ridiculous.
effect.
It's so ridiculous. But
Okay,
that's what they're saying, that they tested these right outside Vegas. So
let me ask you this then, because I just saw an interview with one of the Iranian regime people. They were asked about they having like 400 kilos of atomic nuclear something
uranium or some shit.
Yeah, uranium. Do they know it's fake, or do they think it's real because they've not been told that it's fake? They've only been told like if you get this, that, and that, you will be able to create an.
I think some it goes both ways. And the reason when someone's going to say, listening to this, oh, well, why, if they knew they were fake, why would they say they're real? Well, because one, that means you can scare people. Two, they still have really fucking big bombs that will do a lot of damage. There's no denying that. They have gigantic bombs they can drop that will fuck shit up. Absolutely. They have napalm, even from back in Vietnam and all that will destroy a lot of things. But, so the only country who has ever dropped a nuke is America. We're the only ones. So,
and this
that
video,
would mean...
Does this video come from America too? The small modeled house and shit.
Yeah, that's their testing. That's their testing of the nukes.
Okay.
In the Nevada desert, they built these houses and built this city, or it was an old city. I forget. I think there's two different examples. One they built them, one it was an old city. But either way.
But it's only America who's launched them, supposedly.
Yeah, we dropped one on Hiroshima. We dropped one on Nagasaki. I think that's it. Only the two. But anyway, so we're the only ones who have ever dropped a bomb. So.
That's interesting. Yeah.
If they learned from us, because they're not blowing up stuff thinking it's a nuke and testing it in their country. You know what I mean? It's not like testing plastique fucking C4, you know? It's not like, okay, we're going to go put it over here and test it. Or it's not like testing a missile that you can blow up out in the desert. Like, if you really think that blowing up something with uranium or plutonium in it will cause nuclear fallout, you're just going to go on that premise. We're going to build a giant bomb that disperses this nuclear agent throughout everywhere, and that's going to be our nuke, and we're going to split that atom with this bomb, and it's going to be giant, blah, blah, blah. So I think there are world leaders, like I think Putin knows it's bullshit. I think Kim Jong-un knows it's bullshit. I think Xi knows it's bullshit. I think they ride on that. But I do think some of these smaller countries that want to build nukes, they might not know that it doesn't have the effect. Or they might all know, honestly. It might just be like, yeah, we're building really big bombs, but we're going to say they're nukes because it'll fucking freak everybody out.
Could it also be this angle? What if the U.S. made this whole thing up to make, everybody else be like, oh shit, the U.S. got this fucking weapon, like to scare, not to scare, but to show other countries that we got something you don't, so don't fuck with us. But then could it be that China or other countries maybe pretend that, oh, we got it too, we figured it out, so we also got an atomic bomb, while nobody has an atomic bomb? But
that's an absolute possibility, that everyone thinks that the other ones do, and they're just fronting saying
nobody
they
has
do,
it.
and nobody has one. Yeah,
and it was the U.S. who started this whole fucking thing.
That's entirely possible. But we also go back to, how long have they been saying that Iran was going to have, Iran was going to have
20-something years, at least.
Yeah, I think it's even more than that, honestly. I think it's in the 30s now. But, yeah.
Since the
90s.
Oh.
And they haven't yet. So why do you think that is? Do you really think that they couldn't get their hands on radioactive material in order to make them? No, they obviously could. Do you think that they couldn't figure out how to do it, when clearly with their
China
power,
or Russia
their
could
reach,
help them?
Exactly. So what's holding them up from doing it? In my opinion, that's all part of the world stage playing out. That's what that is. But that ties into more of the world stage. So in my mind, they're all working together. Right now we're talking another thing, but I think they're all working together. And
just
they
like
all
the
know.
Antarctic Treaty.
Yeah. And they all know, and it's just a way to scare people, because and it doesn't work on people like you and me, just like commercials don't work on people like you and me, but they spend billions in advertising every year. So clearly it's working on somebody. Like McDonald's commercials are working on somebody. Somebody's going, oh shit, that looks good, I'm going to order McDonald's. So different things work on different people, and I really think that this nuke thing has some people in fear every day of their lives, in the back of their mind, like, especially when shit like this comes up. Like, there's legitimately people right now who are scared that Iran is going to shoot a nuke at America. They literally think that. And yes, they could shoot a giant bomb, but it's not going to be a bomb that if it hits LA is going to be unable to be inhabited for 1,000 years now. That's bullshit. Even 100 years, 50 years, 2 years. It's a lie. They're just big bombs.
Do you also think that having the nuke thing could be like sort of like a boogeyman, working like a boogeyman, just like they're using it, like, oh, they're about to get the nuclear bomb, we have to do something, we have to go in. It's like having Osama bin Laden, but in a bomb form, like,
oh, I mean,
and
that's
they use it as like that
for sure. What's going on with the I country is they've been using that as the boogeyman the whole time. And if you don't believe Trump is good, let's put that off the table. Say Trump is bad, blah blah blah. Then they finally found a president who would buy their nonsense in order to go into Iran. Or Trump is good and he knows that and he's using this against them. But I'm just saying, they've been trying for years and now it appears we're going in. So they're finally getting what they want. I personally think Netanyahu's dead. I don't even know at this point. It's looking shady.
But did you see the video with Huckabee?
Yeah, did you? Did you look at it closely?
What was it? What was wrong with it?
Which one? The one where they were shaking hands and you could see Netanyahu's hand through his, or the one where Mike Huckabee's head shifted mid-walk?
Well, I'm talking. Yeah, it's probably the same video, but
no, that was two different videos. But
oh,
you didn't see it? I even posted about it. I said, watch their hands. But yeah, I mean, I
did see him sitting in the sitting in the fucking brief room with the military commanders.
Yeah, that one too. No one else moves. No one's reacting to what he's saying. That could be easily faked. Easily. What I want to see him do is do a press conference, which you could still get enough press people to lie. I mean, you need 50, 100 press people there. Or do a speech in front of Congress in America like you did so many times. They love you. They welcome you.
Not to go too long into this, but if he is dead, why are they trying to hide it? For what reason?
I just went in this on Monday. There's 3 reasons why they would. 1, okay, no, there's 3 options. 1, he is dead. Okay, and they're hiding it because just like if like when Kennedy was killed, the whole country went into a depression and they're at war, and if the whole country's down and now they're at war, they don't want it. Maybe in 2 weeks they announce he died of natural causes from something and they're going to release these fake medical records, blah, blah, blah. That'd be way better than Iran actually killing them. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is that he's trolling and wants them to think he's dead so they stop trying to send bombs and kill him. Reason number 3 is that he's
Trump
a pussy.
Took him out.
Well, I guess there's 4 then. That's 1.
Maybe Trump took him out, blaming it on Iran. Oops.
That's possible. Reason number 3, though, for me was he fled the country like a bitch, and they don't want people to know that he fled the country because he was afraid of getting killed. So they're making it look like he's still alive. So those are the options I came up with as to why they would fake it.
All could be valid. But the greatest one, if he was... Listen, if he is evil, and everybody thinks he is evil, BB, and Trump kind of takes him out under the disguise of Iran, that would be some brilliant plan if Trump would be on the good side, because now you're taking out the guy without actually...
That's not like everything's going to change in Israel just because Netanyahu's not there, though.
Oh, that's
or
true.
would have to happen, but that's a great first step if that was the case.
But hold on, I want to say something that is not too popular, though. Like, I don't know too much of what's going on between iCountry and the other country that they keep bombing. All I know is the thing that is going on with Iran and how they're doing it on what they're doing to their people. That's still fucked up. I still think. Now, I don't know if the people living next door to iCountry are similar to the Iran regime or not. I don't know too much about it to say.
Yeah.
But if they are, maybe they're the bad guys. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that if they're like the Iran's ruling, that's not a good thing.
But either way, then it would
force.
still be bad guys fighting bad guys. Because we know for sure the iCountry ain't the good guy.
Yeah, I mean, there's some weirdness going on with them, yeah. But it's
Why
such
would
a
you have, if you're the
complex-
good guy, why would you have all your tentacles in American politics and be using America in the ways that you are?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, going back. Oh, well, that was fucking weird. Anyways, so going back to the nuke part.
Yeah. So I think the best way is let's, from the beginning, Google what is a nuclear bomb? Nuclear bomb.
A nuclear bomb is a weapon of mass destruction that releases immense energy through nuclear reactions, either fission, splitting atoms, or fusing atoms. These explosions produce massive shockwaves, intense heat, and radioactive fallout. Fission weapons use uranium or plutonium, while fusion weapons, hydrogen bombs, are significantly more powerful. Types, again, fission weapons, atomic bombs, break atoms apart, whereas fusion weapons, thermonuclear hydrogen bombs, combine atoms to release much higher energy.
Yeah.
Mechanism.
Yeah, so the original one that Einstein supposedly worked on was the hydrogen, where they split a hydrogen atom, which the A bomb or whatever, which caused the first nuclear bomb. And then they came up with other ways of the fusion way of fusing using uranium and plutonium, which is what they use today, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what a nuke supposedly is. And then it causes nuclear fallout because you either split an atom and or fused atoms. So clearly it works both ways somehow. They both cause the same thing, which causes nuclear fallout. And then real quick, Google, how long can nuclear fallout from a bomb last? Now, before it comes up, don't let it finish. I don't want to see anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
When we were in school, and you can vouch for this, they told us thousands of years, right? It could be 1,000 year, the half-life. It's, it degrades
It's like
this much
for a
each
long
year. Time. Yeah, okay. So that's what it used to say. I haven't Googled it in a long time. So let's see what Google says.
You want to see what it says? Okay.
Yeah.
Nuclear fallout radiation decreases rapidly, with the most intense danger lasting for the first 24 to 48 hours. What? While severe localized radiation diminishes within a few weeks. And some radioactive isotopes can linger in the environment for decades.
Now it's decades.
Huh?
You do remember, right?
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, I do remember. Like,
okay,
it's pretty much dead for
uninhabitable. That's it.
Yeah, but it says can. Why doesn't it say it will?
Will.
What do you mean can?
So let's jump into this real quick for a second. Even on their definition, if what they say is real. Now, why are people so afraid of a nuke going off somewhere? So say, worst case scenario, a nuke goes off in New York City, right? How long was it? 48 hours?
48 hours, and then the localized radiation diminishes within a few weeks.
Okay, so a few weeks, that area would be uninhabitable, right? Which I know would displace a lot of people. But what happened during 9/11? A lot of people were displaced then. It was a terrible event, allegedly. I mean, it was terrible because a lot of people died. I'm just saying. But a lot of people were displaced then. So a nuke going off and then maybe decades in the soil. There's no soil in New York City. Now knowing what they know, hazmat people could come through. So even at their definition, nukes are not what they told us they were when we were kids hiding under our desks saying, if a nuke goes off here, no one will live here for 1,000 years. You won't be able to grow food here, blah, blah, blah. Even though in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, sandwich shops were open a week later. Hardware stores were open a week later. Like, it's all bullshit. But they've even cut back their definition. So even at their definition, why are people acting like nuclear war would be the end of the world? It would be a couple week pause. That's it. They're like, the prevailing winds would spread it. Yeah, a lot of people would get sick. Probably as many people as get sick from all the metals and shit that's in our tap water. Like, I don't get where this gigantic fear comes from of nukes. And I used to have it. And as soon as I started looking into them, that went away. But now even seeing this, I don't get it. I don't get why
Do you have
they
the video?
act. So, yes, I do.
Oh, yeah.
But real quick, we've been trying to take out and kill thousands of, well, we haven't. So we've been trying to stop Iran from having nukes. So in order to do that, we had to bomb, and now we're taking out and killing thousands of people to stop them from having a bomb that would basically have the same effect as any bomb that every country has. Because even at the basic level of any country's military, say they had the ability to drop a bomb in the middle of New York City, what would happen was everything would be uninhabitable for weeks, and then there would be a ton of cleanup. So what would happen if Iran dropped a nuke in New York City? It would be uninhabitable for weeks, and there'd be months of cleanup.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? What the I didn't even know this was going to come up. I was just going to disprove nukes. But even nukes at what they say aren't the bullshit that they're feeding us, this fear. This absolute ridiculous fear of this will end the world if Iran has nukes. Come on.
It makes me think about North Korea because for some reason we have to accept that that guy's crazy and he has the nukes.
And he has nukes.
But okay, and nobody's doing anything about that. And
I know exactly why, but continue.
Yeah, and then okay, if he has nukes and he's crazy, so what does that mean? That he could actually nuke another country. But wouldn't that mean that he nukes himself? Because then another country would nuke them out because they use the nuke.
Exactly.
Like, what's the point of using the nuke?
It's mutually assured destruction. If any country fires a nuke, every other country that has a nuke is going to fire a nuke at them. That's
so why are everybody so scared about North Korea? Because as soon as they launch it, they're dead.
People aren't really that scared about North Korea anymore. Like, and I've never heard about, I mean, briefly, North Korea testing nukes we're worried, but never like this shit about Iran having nukes. Never like that. 30 years in the media, not to mention the president involved, all of media talking about how dangerous it is for Iran to have them. So what's the one giant distinct difference between Iran and North Korea?
I guess it's the religious thing.
Iran is Muslim. That's what it is. That's what it is. People in America, and I can tell you this because I'm in America, born and bred, we view Islam as an enemy for some reason. And it was even before 9/11. That was the biggest thing. But even before that, it was always like there was this terrorist joke because we don't understand why they cover themselves up. We don't like, it's a cultural difference, and we can't, I'm just being honest, we can't tell, you know, Pakistani different from Indian, from
I can't,
you know,
either.
Afghanistan. Like,
Almost.
we can't. We don't know. Like, so
it's almost like an American, Scottish, and a UK guy. Like,
yeah, if we didn't talk, you wouldn't be able to tell, and we can't understand their languages, so we can't differentiate that they're different.
Yeah.
So if you can't understand English at all, you can't tell accents either in that language, you know?
Yeah.
So yes, but I think that's the biggest difference. But okay, I know there's a lot of good people, and we're getting sidetracked from nukes here, but we'll get back to it. I know there's a lot of good people that are Islamic that, aren't violent. I know that. But if you have to wrap up, and only in the recent times, because in the past, I'd honestly say Christians probably killed the most people, unfortunately. With the Crusades and all that, Christians probably killed more people than anybody else. But in recent times, of anybody who's alive today, you've never heard of a Christian putting on a vest and blowing people up. You've never even heard of a Jew doing that. You've never heard of a Protestant or a Catholic doing that. You never heard of a Buddhist doing that. There's only one religion that we can directly link in our lives to violence. Part of it 9/11, part of it just we can't understand suicide bombers. That's a big thing. So just like we couldn't understand the Japanese kamikaze pilots back in the day, So it's just that there's that part that something about me. I don't know if it's even in the culture. Yeah, it does. So when you think of people who you are already skeptical about because of your ignorance, I'll admit it's ignorance, but people who you're already like, oh, I don't really trust these towel head people. And yeah, if they could have a nuke, like look what they did with a car bomb, or look what they did with the vest. Imagine if they had a nuke that could hit an American city and take it out for 1,000 years, is what's in their head. Like, I get that fear. It's based on ignorance, but I know that most Americans are ignorant, so I understand it. So that's the difference to me, because I don't know anybody, if you walked up to any American right now and said, list the top 3 countries you're worried about, none of them would say North Korea. Not a single one. Because it's not pushed in our thing. Like, maybe when Trump went there, it might have been a peak. But, like, people aren't going to be worried about North Korea having nukes because we look at it as something else. And I had a cousin who lived in South Korea for years. He taught English there, and he wasn't even worried about North Korea. Like, my family would hear something in the news about they're testing nukes, and they'd message him like, "Are you worried?" He's like, "No, everything's great here." Like, so it's something that they painted it totally different in some way. So that's, from an American perspective, I think that's where it is. It's like something about Islam has been put in our minds as bad, and then even if we try to step away from that, it's so different and foreign to us that we can't find common ground in it, or we think we can't. So we're like, oh, they must be right. Like, yeah, clearly they're all terrorists because I don't understand. They eat goat and they wear those things over their head. Like,
I think the problem with Islam is their intense belief in it. Like, because they truly 100% think that is the right religion.
But what I can say to defend that is, if you really are, and I'm not saying they are, but if you really are in your mind in the right religion, and you know it at your core, I can't blame them for being so devout in it.
Oh.
I can blame them for saying, if you don't agree with me, you should die.
That's the problem.
Yes.
I would have no problem if it was like, okay, you're 100% strong belief in it, fine, but you still leave people alone if they don't want to agree with you.
Yeah, just get rid of the infidel part. Get rid of that part, and you'll be all right.
Get rid of the forcing part. Iran is a great example of this. Iran is not, the regime is not making Islam look good. For 47 years, they've tainted the reputation of that religion badly, really badly. I mean, we're talking fucked up badly.
But see, again, I'll have to tell you, just for another minute or two, from my American perspective, you're saying they tainted it badly. But then it's like, oh, Afghanistan tainted it badly too because Osama bin Laden came out of it. And this country, those are only the extremists. And that's only this dude from this country, and that's only this dude. But how many before it seems to form a pattern?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know that all that's true, and I don't even think bin Laden did that. I'm just saying.
Oh, I know.
I'm just saying from the American media perspective, where the average person is at, all we see is examples that we don't understand of the Boston bombing. It was 2 Middle Eastern people. 9/11 was a bunch of Middle Eastern people. This was these so the picture they've painted for us, and I don't know if it's a long game or just an easy game, is that everything bad that happens comes from Middle Eastern people, clearly. And they're all Muslim, and that's the defining or the key factor between each of them is that it's Muslim. So the American go-to is that Muslim is bad and weird. I don't personally think that because I know a few Muslim people that aren't extremists, and they agree with almost everything, I believe. And a lot of them actually are flat earthers too, I'm just saying. But
is that so, huh? Okay. I don't know how to say it, but the thing that I've seen with the Iranian regime is, and one of the leaders just now said it, they asked the leaders, they're like, are you worried that this leader got killed and this leader got killed? He's like, no, I'm not worried. What the Americans don't understand is it doesn't matter who you kill.
Yeah.
It's a system that is yes, the one we lost might be a little bit worse or a little bit better than the other guy we're going to replace it with. But at the end of the day, it's not going to die out. We just replace it with another one that follows the hive mind, cult, fucking system, communist, whatever the fuck it is.
Well, it's the same thing as if you kill some Christians, are Christians going to stop believing in Christianity? No, they're not. If you kill some fucking any other religion, are they going to stop believing it? No. So I don't think that's going to wipe them out because it's not about the country. It's about a religion or an ideal to them. So you can't
And this is my main problem with all religions is because it's like you become one blob. You let go of your individualism to surrender to this thing.
Yeah.
Why did we get a free will? Yeah. Why did we get a free will to just surrender it to a blobby thing? To me, that doesn't make sense.
I agree.
Just doesn't make sense. You get a free will to use it to either become something unique or I guess to surrender to a blob. Surrender it to a blob. Dualistic.
A blob.
You either become something unique with your free will or surrender it
or
and
blob.
become one with whatever. Yeah. One with the blob. Whether it's Christianity or whatever. Or Islam.
So yes, I think they're using nukes to scare people. I think they're painting Muslims as the bad people with the nukes. That's why I think they're responding differently to Muslims having nukes than North Koreans having nukes, even though a bunch of other countries have nukes also, but they're allies and they're not. And North Korea is not either, but that's why we're mentioning those two. But so let's go into nukes real quick.
But hold on, before you go there. Before you go there, I would say if Iran still had the king, the Shah, and then they got a nuke, I wouldn't think it would be seen as the same thing as the Islamic Iran getting the nuke. Because
is he where does he stand in all that? What's his religion? What's his
Well, I mean, he was more like the Westerners. He was trying to make Iran more like the West, modernized and all that shit. Anyways, okay, continue. I just wanted to say that I think it would have been different if Iran was going the same trajectory as it was before these people took over. It would have not been seen as crazy as it is now.
Well, because they're Islamic extremists. It's not Islam that the government has the problem with. It's the extremists because they're funding these things and they're doing this and they're doing that. So
because I remember the Shah when he was leaving Iran. He was talking about these mullahs. He's like, what I'm seeing with these mullahs is they want to erase all of Iran's history. The monarch, they wanted to completely erase all of the traditions of Iran.
sounds like America, but yep.
Really? In what way?
The Democrats, how they tore down statues, got rid of history, and all that.
Yes, exactly, yes. And they did.
Yep.
They did. They took away all of the Iran's history and they made it so that it's all about Islam instead. To the point where they actually took over the flag, literally changed the flag, put Arabic stuff on it, and changed the lion and the sun for that thing that is in there now. Like, that's a takeover. That's straight up a takeover.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. It's like equivalent to if the woke-tards or the Democrats took over for real, they would change the American flag to some LGBT flag or something. You know? No, for real.
They would change it.
Don't you think if they took over, like really took over the country, don't you think they would change the flag? They already tried to do a bunch of other flags. I don't know what the fuck they tried to do. I don't know if they tried to do a black flag for the black people, or maybe that was a black national anthem. I don't know, but you can see that they could do such a thing if they truly got the power.
Oh yeah, they would be
Change
like,
the
we need to
flag.
change the flag, make it more
All of it.
inclusive.
Yeah,
Nancy Pelosi.
same system.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Nukes.
Oh yeah,
This is the video. Let's watch this. Let's just watch and have fun.
They definitely know what they're doing with the music. 100%. Like that, those melodies are not like an accident. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? You know,
They're
exactly
selling
what
it
he
to you,
wants.
but we can
yeah.
all tell, right, that these are fucking tiny models.
Yeah, it almost looks like the moon in there. Like it's all so black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all fake. It's clearly a tiny model. And how does the camera stay up? Why isn't the
Okay.
camera being destroyed by this?
Let me
nuke?
play devil's advocate on a long shot. Well, maybe they had like a super zoom. You think the camera is actually over there, but it's like way over there, just zoomed in on that house. Like a Nikon P100, 900 of the 50s
Yeah.
or 40s or 30s. I don't know when the fuck this is.
Okay. That's possible, I guess. I mean, I don't. It's a nuke, so I would think it would reach anything within sight. But
Bro,
it could be
it's like
far
a
away and
telescope.
zoomed in.
Yeah.
But it's
They took
like,
it-
why?
Why
Why
does
didn't
that
that-
car disappear, right? That car, there was a car somewhere that appeared.
Why doesn't
from
this
nowhere.
propane tank blow up first if everything else is sizzling and there's gas in that tank right there? See
Well,
the
it's
tank in the
because
background?
the material that tank is made of will take longer to break than the house.
Oh my god, that's great.
Well, the camera did seem to shake there, right? That would mean the camera is close.
Let's see. Yep. Oh, it shook. But the film survived, bro.
It didn't shake over there, though.
The tank over here didn't blow up either. Hold on. See that tank there?
Yeah.
So a nuke didn't blow up another tank.
Well, the force
the
wasn't
house.
strong enough.
Also, though, hold on. What is that? Maybe I'm stupid, but what is that coming off those poles?
Yeah, that kind of looks like a
happening?
weird effect, camera effect.
Is it smoke? Like, are they saying that the poles are smoking because they're heating up and that's the smoke coming off of it?
Or, yeah, they're kind of like vaporizing away. But it's still there.
But they're not. And then it blows. Hold on. Watch this one. Why is it... Oh. Okay, they all go that way. Never mind. But still. That thing vaporizes, but then it stays up. Bing. Oh. Oh. Yeah, this is edited because the car's not even there. In
Yeah, I was about to ask. There was a part where a car just appeared or disappeared.
It was this building. The car was there, and then when it switches to here, the car's gone. But this only has the secondary part. But yeah, in the original one, it jumps. So that's what they have showed us about the nukes thus far.
But, you know, outside of the weird camera stuff, for me, actually, it's the music that is making me believe it's fake, because they could have used other music, like more like an atmospheric, like but they really went with the hectic.
You know what they could have done also? They could have not put music over bomb testing.
They could do that too.
And where did the sound effects come from also? Did they have a microphone nearby?
Oh, well, there
How
were
did they
sound
get this
effects
sound?
in there, huh?
Yeah. Do we need to go back to it?
Okay, now I hear. Oh, well, people on the stream won't
Yeah,
hear
no,
until you
it's
bring
not
it
on the
up.
stream. Hold on. Yep, let me pull it up.
I can do it for you on the. I don't know.
Oh,
yeah.
You son of a cook. Okay, yeah, here. I mean, I guess we don't need it full screen to hear the sound, but
Yeah.
so the
Yeah, hold on. That thing, that's like overlaid on all the edits. Like, it's not changing. That means
so
they
it's
just
clearly
put it-
fake.
Yeah, they just put that sound on all of the edits.
Yep, just
But was there any more? Like,
see.
in the beginning, maybe. Oh, there.
There you go.
But again, it's not related to each clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
See,
a
it
big
goes
red
changes.
flag for me.
Nothing there. Oh, it started over. It's the same noise though. Unless these are just different cameras, but still it wouldn't be the same exact noise. That's just fucking weird.
What sucks
So-
with this is that we might never fully know the truth about this one, unless
Yep.
somebody exposes it. Like,
Well, I mean, bear with me. I really think you'll be about 99% sure when we get through with this.
that it's fake, or that we will know that it's fake.
That it's fake.
Okay.
That it's fake. So this dude's name is Galen Windsor. He's a nuclear physicist. Let's just listen to what he has to say and what he does.
You pour it out in the hand, and that's
Oh, I think I've
radioactive
seen this.
contamination.
Okay, go.
Is it radioactive? Yeah, it is. Very radioactive. Now, decontamination is nothing but scooping it back up and putting it into the bottle. I just now decontaminated my hand. No, I didn't do such a good job. Not good at all. Is it still radioactive? Yeah, that's called residual radioactivity. Now, under the decontamination rules of the government, when you decontaminate somebody like this that's that contaminated, and this is certainly a reportable incident under current DOE regulations, when you decontaminate him, it has to go down a controlled drain so that you don't disperse radioactivity. Do I qualify as a controlled drain?
He licks it.
Licks it.
And now
Puts
it's
the
in his
Geiger counter
tongue.
on his tongue.
That material that I just ate is not soluble in body fluids. Like it's been this. It was fired at 940 degrees C, where it becomes U3O8. Known in the industry as HCl insoluble. In other words, it will not dissolve in concentrated hydrochloric acid, hot. Your stomach has 10th normal hydrochloric acid in it, so it won't even dissolve. The stuff is so fine that it has no texture to it. Doesn't even feel rough. So it's tasteless, odorless, has no texture. How's it supposed to hurt me? Because I've been eating this on lecture tour for 2 years, the state of Washington felt it necessary to confiscate my uranium samples so that I would be safe. Dr. Fulton from the Hanford Environmental Health Foundation called up and he says, "Hey, I heard one of your guys OD'd on uranium today, Galen."
So is he saying that this shit ain't dangerous? That you can swallow that shit?
He did. He licked it. He went around for years doing it. He licked that shit. He swam in the pools that they're talking about are fucking radioactive from the power plants. Oh, you can't go in that. He swam in them. He did all of it. Ate the shit. He died years and years later of nothing related to that at all. Just something that a regular person would die from, like a heart attack.
So hold on. Is the whole radioactive thing bullshit as well? Like
I believe
biohazard or whatever the fuck it's called.
So that's what they need to sell nukes. And even Chernobyl, where it was a nuclear power plant that supposedly melted down and blah, 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 and it will be uninhabitable too. There's been people going there and doing tours, and like they wear the little badges and stuff just in case. None of them ever go off. Nothing ever happens. There's animals running around. There's not mutant. Like they literally used to make us think that people were going to be born with 3 arms if people lived in that area. Like this was going to have birth defects and there was going to be
what
all
if this whole
stuff.
biohazard thing is just like another COVID, just all a play? Like there is no
It
real
is.
hazard.
I think that's what it is, to keep you out of areas, to make you not wonder about this.
And you don't
'Cause
want to
even-
risk it either, right? You don't want to risk.
Exactly. You don't want to. So even most people don't understand like nuclear power plants. They're like, oh, there's something crazy going on there, that like they're doing something to use these nuclear materials to create power. All they're doing is using these materials to heat water. They're giant steam engines, basically. They're just using this nuclear material that heats water better in order to create steam to turn these giant steam generators. That's all it is. There's no fancy fucking thing that's going on that they make you... Like, they used to sell uranium glass. It used to be a thing, all these green things, and now they're saying that this is nuclear and it'll cause cancer and it'll do this and it'll do that. It's absolutely absurd.
But the thing is so strong, though, that let's say you and I, we see a facility that is nuclear, biohazard, whatever.
I know,
We're not going to chance it. It's like, all
I
right, give
know.
me that fucking suit or whatever you need from me before I enter.
Yeah,
right?
and-
we wouldn't just...
And imagine that would protect you. Unless it's fucking lead lined. But, so to prove it, I'm going to pull up another video. And it's people from the U.S. military, I believe. They'll tell it in the video. That are there supposedly right after these bombs went off, right? These bombs that they taught us that we're going to make kids grow extra arms and that nothing will grow there forever. And we won't even get into how there's rubble everywhere, but the trees are still standing. We'll get into that later. But so first, This is a dude supposedly there, I believe, like the day after. We'll see what it says in the video.
The day after.
Yeah,
Ian
just
is
there.
pointing at the spot from which all damage to the surrounding area was measured in terms of distance from the center of the blast.
Center of the blast.
Within a mile of 0 point,
Hold on.
devastation
Hold on.
speaks for itself.
I don't want to test you. I don't want to be the dick. Like, okay, within a mile of the point, the damage speaks for itself, right? Something I noticed very early on in this, and it might not be that easy to notice, but for a second, just use your brain and think of giant bombs going off and destroying everything, right? You see all these buildings that are rubble. What stands out to you that's odd? Almost like, I'll give you a huge hint, almost like it's a direct line through the center.
You mean the left part hasn't been affected as much?
I'll
like
just
blown
tell
away?
you, why is there
Direct-
nothing in the streets? Why are
it's
the
clean in
streets
the
still
streets.
clear? Why are the streets still
Yeah.
clear? If bombs went off and shit fell everywhere and blew everywhere, and this is the day after, he's pointing to the point of the 0 point of the bomb, why is there nothing in the streets?
It's so that him and the cameraman can get in there and film.
Yeah, how did they do that magically right away?
I mean, to me, this looks like a regular bombing. Like
Yeah.
somebody bombed that house over there.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly. Just a regular bomb.
But in black and white and low resolution. That's it.
That too. All right, I don't think
That's
there's
it.
much left to this, but
Ian is pointing at
Yeah,
the
let's
spot
watch
from
it
which
again.
all damage to the surrounding area was measured in
And
terms
even the
of distance from the
narrator
center of the
sounds
blast.
like a
Within
movie
mile
or a
of 0 point,
storyteller, you know, of the back in the days. You know, it just sounds like some movie or
Yeah.
series. Or,
yeah.
no,
So-
they sound a certain way. You know how they talk.
So
It
I'll
doesn't
pull
sound
these up.
real.
I guess I got to do them one at a time. We'll see here. So these are pictures of the aftermath, right?
That doesn't look too bad.
Exactly.
mean-
Does that look like a fucking nuke went off?
Not really.
How about this? Does that look like a
That
nuke,
looks
or does
like-
that just look
no.
like a normal bomb? Why is all
Yeah,
the
that
metal fine?
Burned everything.
This
Yeah.
giant bomb that went through, a nuke that will destroy the world. If nukes go off, the world's uninhabitable. We're all fucked.
So this is
But-
supposed to be a nuke. Huh? Ridiculous.
Metal fucking beams will stay, right? That's totally fine. That'll
Mm.
be untouched. Here.
They can withstand.
Oh wait,
nukes,
is that the
so-
same one? Sorry.
Maybe a different.
Here's another one.
What
Untouched.
is this?
All of this, it's just inside a building that's near the blast site. Some stuff destroyed, most of it isn't. Still totally fine.
Yeah, that doesn't look like the initial video.
And then here too, yeah, they're saying, notice how clear the streets are. Look, in a different picture. Nothing in the streets at all. But all this rubble everywhere.
Yeah, this feels bullshit.
Yeah. Little bit, huh? Little bit.
I kind of feel a little bit like, yeah, sort of like with flat Earth. Like, oh, I haven't looked into it. You know, now that I see, I can see, oh, that's bullshit. Oh, that's bullshit. But
Okay.
just because I haven't looked into it, yeah.
Well, here's a better one. So the video I'm going to show in a second is Tokyo, which they supposedly just dropped a regular firebomb on. Like, you know, regular bomb, napalm, fucking wiping everything out, okay? So this is Tokyo, which they did not drop a nuke on, allegedly.
Yeah.
What's the
this
difference?
Looks like a regular war, just like any
Yeah.
other country.
Looks exactly like the other pictures.
Yeah.
There's no
Because-
difference here.
See, this doesn't make sense. If the power of the nuclear blast is so powerful, it should equally, or at least, yeah, somewhat equally blow everything off.
it should do more than a normal fucking bomb would do. Like, that doesn't look any different to me than if some crazy person sent a bomb through the mail to somebody and a building went up. Like, yes, it's multiple buildings, but it doesn't look like a bomb that I'm like, oh, my grandchildren should be worried if this happens because it's going to destroy the earth and it's going to make these areas unable to be fucking lived in for all this time.
Yeah, but again, it comes back to the same thing with the biohazard thing. We don't know too much about it, and we don't want to, I don't know, risk it or question it. And we just give up. Like, we don't know too much. They say they have it. I don't know for sure. I'm going to take their word for it. Blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
I think that's what the most of the population are. They take it like that. Like,
I'll just
I don't
listen
know.
to them.
Yeah, because I don't know too much and I'm not interested enough to look into it either. I'll just take their word for it. Fuck it.
So what do you think about this? What secret do you think the person who built this shed had that withstood the nuclear blast?
It must
when everything
be
else around it was destroyed.
Is it made by strong rocks and stone?
It must
like
be
what?
IKEA. It's gotta be it. It's fucking IKEA. It's indestructible.
Do you know if the supposed nuclear bomb? What the fuck happened now?
I accidentally clicked and drug.
I saw that. Try Control Z. Or hold on. Do you have Control Z on?
I don't know. I just did
iMac or whatever the fuck.
No.
It should revert things back to, but it's not fully.
I did it.
Hold on. Okay. Anyways, what did I say? Yeah. Do you know if the nuclear blast can destroy mountain, or can the mountains withstand the nuclear blast?
Apparently, that's a good question. I don't know. I've never heard of a nuke destroying a mountain. Man.
I mean, I was just thinking
like
about maybe the house is made of stone. Huh?
That's what I was going to say. It's like the Three Little Pigs. We got to make the house of stone, so you can't blow it. So the big bad nuke can't blow it down.
I don't know. I have no idea if they've even talked about it being possible to destroy mountains. This world is a fucking riddle.
Mountains.
Man.
It is a riddle.
It's such a riddle. So many things to figure out.
So many things, man.
And so many things we might never be able to figure out. But
so something else interesting about it. Read this real quick, Vince. See if you can read it.
Okay, this is John Hersey. He's the one man chosen by the U.S. government to cover the bombing on Hiroshima. One man. Once again, they always tell you, quote, he is considered one of the earliest practitioners of the so-called new journalism, in which storytelling techniques of fiction are adapted to non-fiction reportage.
So he was one of the pioneers in that kind of journalism where saying things that were fictional got mixed in with the other stuff like opinion and all that. And he happens to be the one person that the U.S. government allowed to cover the bombing of Hiroshima. So he was the only one who could go in. If anyone else tried to go in, they were arrested. They weren't allowed in. They were told it was unsafe, all this other stuff. And he was the one person who was allowed to cover it. And he just
was that
so
the
happened.
dude we saw in the picture standing there? No, that was not him. Huh?
That was a government dude, I believe. But
okay.
He was he may have been the dude talking, or this may have been coverage of his work. But he was the one person allowed to go in and actually cover it and be boots on ground, not just comment.
When you say
on
allowed,
footage.
It sounds weird to me because the way I see it is you should be glad somebody's, volunteering to go to a supposed radioactive.
Yeah, but it's just like when all that shit happened in Hawaii with the fires and all that, and they were like, "Oh, you can't go in and cover it." They're not letting people in to cover it because they only want the story out that they want. So they're saying, "Oh, it's radioactive. You don't want to go in there. Oh, you're not allowed to go in." But we're gonna let someone in to cover it, and only one dude who's known for this type of storytelling with journalism. So, you know,
Why isn't he having protection gear and shit on? The guy that we saw in the picture.
that's the whole question. Why
Dude
are
looks
they
like-
telling us this, and then that dude's there at ground zero with zero protection, and it's totally fine? It's almost like as if they either have to show you and tell you, or they were so dumb that they didn't know the story they were going to sell right after and had this dude go in there first. Because I don't fucking get it. They're telling us it's going to be radioactive for all this time. No one's going to be able to live there. You see movies and shit of people going in with all this gear on in order to do anything. Even The Simpsons, Homer fucking wearing the thing to go into the nuclear power plant, having to wear the suit, all this shit. And then this dude's there right after the blast that'll wipe out the world and will make nothing grow and nothing survive there for 1,000 years. And he's there in a fucking Marx Brothers suit. Like, dude, that's my point. I always thought nukes were real. I had no problem with nukes being real. And then I heard someone say they weren't and went to look into it for myself, and it's just like Flat Earth. Like, as soon as you start looking into their proof of that they are real, you're left with nothing but that they're not real. Like, it doesn't make sense. Their story doesn't line up with other parts of their story.
And do you think it's mainly to just justify wars and shit?
I think it may have started just like the moon landing may have started, where Russia got Sputnik up there, supposedly, and up in the sky. So we got to top them, and we had to win the Cold War, so we faked the moon landing. I think they made really big bombs and wanted people to think they were nukes, so to think that America had this superior technology that could destroy anybody.
Fuck with us.
Yeah, and that worked for a long time. And then I honestly think a lot of these other countries ended up finding out when they were creating them themselves, and then they were our allies and blah, 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 and then got in on the gig. And then I do think, like we said before, there's some countries that don't know who are working on this, but it's clearly not what they taught us, which, okay, you can say they were ignorant, they taught us things that they didn't know back then, blah, blah, blah. That's bullshit. They were teaching it to us as science. So you have to ask yourself, why were they selling us this? So if they were selling us this thing about all of this bullshit, they were clearly trying to sell fear when they knew it wasn't true, because there's a guy there reporting in the 40s, and I was going into school in the mid-80s, early 90s, and they were still selling this. So they were intentionally selling it as if it was real. And the only reason I can think that they would do that is in order to instill fear in you. They must, I know it sounds fucking crazy, man, but they must really be able to somehow, I don't know how, somehow harvest our negative energy. Because why else would they spend so much time and money and energy bringing down our energy level?
Because fear also helps you control people. If you can scare them, you can control them. And there is a control system out there.
That for sure. I mean, look at it. So let's take away all conspiracy besides nukes are fake and look at it on the basic level. If your government wants to be able to sell you a war with another country,
you need
nukes are a great way to do it. Yes. And if your country wants you to feel safe against other countries, telling you they have the most nukes is a great way to do it. So it works all around. It works every which way.
And I also don't get, they say like, well, our country has like 2,000 and China has 850, let's say. They have 304. It's like, how many do you need?
Yeah, I was
Like,
going to say, do you really need
why-
that many? If they're really world stoppers, do you really need that many? Like,
and also, storing 2,000 of them
seems dangerous.
Yeah. If somebody fucks that up,
One
what's
person.
gonna
One person makes a mistake. That's all you need. Oh, shit, man.
right? Or do you have it like spread out, like far between, like one over there? But how can you do that?
I don't know.
You
You
have
tell me.
thousands.
You're in with the Iranian government.
Oh yeah?
What do you-
No. But well, you know what
It's
I
a
mean?
word
Like,
on the street, bro.
it doesn't make sense. Like, do you have them all in one place? That's pretty risky. Very risky.
No,
actually.
you gotta spread them out, bro. Gotta spread them out.
Yeah, it's just. And also, let's say, they say, like, what if China or Russia sells a nuke to Iran? Why would you do that, even if you're China? Why would you sell such a risky weapon to a country that is unhinged? Like,
Yeah. Good question. Oh, we're friends. Let me.
yeah.
It's like Like I would never sell
can
you
I
a
trust
bomb,
you?
Vince.
Yeah,
You're a little
exactly.
crazy. I would never
Yeah.
sell you one. I don't know
Yeah.
what you're gonna do with it.
Right?
Just the fact that you're asking
if they're
me for a
allied.
bomb means I shouldn't sell you a bomb. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It's
If
like-
you're asking me to help you make a nuke, I probably shouldn't help you make a nuke.
Yeah, I promise, Ted, I won't bomb you.
I
you
know.
know,
But you
others
know,
I'm-
I get a little crazy sometimes. You never know what'll happen.
just
Fuck,
doesn't
man.
make sense.
So you know what else doesn't make sense? If you want to know what was actually going on, so why did such a big bomb go off? If there's not nukes, right? Where did those giant explosions come from that we see the footage of? So let's look at this picture first.
Fuck
What does
is
this look like to you?
Looks like Obama. What was that?
It's a dude around, wearing gloves, clearly, around a bunch of boxes that are sealed, right? You
Uh-huh.
can see the boxes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, box. Okay. That's that. So here's a dude carrying one of those boxes that are all stacked up. Okay.
Okay. He's a delivery man. Yeah.
Footage of the mushroom cloud over Hiroshima appears to be two plumes of smoke filmed in such a way as to make it look like one larger plume of smoke.
Mm-hmm.
So the footage and these pictures are from Hiroshima.
Hold on, was that stitched together? Like one
Yeah.
mushroom stitched to another one?
Footage of the mushroom cloud
Yes,
over
wow.
Hiroshima
Oh,
appears
okay,
to be
back
two
full
plumes
screen.
of smoke filmed in such a way as to make it look like one larger plume of smoke.
Oh, the angle.
Yeah, the angle. So from one angle you can see that it's two. Hold on, let's go back. See, it's two right there.
Yeah.
Cloud over
But
Hiroshima
then
Yeah.
they film it
appears to
from
be
a
two
certain
plumes
From
of
a
angle.
different
smoke filmed in
angle.
such a
It
way
looks
as to
like
make it
one
look like
Yeah,
one
big
where it
larger
looks
mushroom.
like
smoke.
one giant cloud.
That has like two.
Yeah, that was
Levels
a
to
giant
it.
explosion. So why are there these pictures and videos of people stacking up TNT?
Ah, so that is really what it is. A bunch of TNT blowing off.
Planes flew over, dropped some bombs. So hold on. I don't want you to think I'm crazy. Here's more.
Mm-hmm.
Stacking boxes.
To do the so-called
Yep.
atomic
To
explosion.
make a giant explosion. Fly a plane over,
And then
drop
you
a
got the
bomb.
footage.
and then you got this giant explosion to sell people. And then you got the one reporter you allowed to go in there and report on it, telling you that, oh, no one's going to live here all this time. A few days later, businesses were open. Shit was popping back up. People were going in, and they were collecting their goods. This dude was in the fucking middle of it, pointing this out. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the government doesn't have giant fucking bombs that can do a lot of damage. But it's obvious that they're not the nukes they sold us on. They're going to cause radioactive fallout. They're going to cause mushrooms clouds. They're going to block out the sun. Like, that's something they sell us on. Nukes are going to go off, and it's going to cause a mushrooms cloud, and it's going to block out the sun. And it's going to cause a nuclear winter, because you've heard that term, right? Nuclear winter. So bombs go off. It causes all this radioactive nuclear material to go up into the atmosphere, and it's going to spread across the world, and it's going to block out the sun, and it's going to cause a nuclear winter. Why didn't that happen the first time they dropped 2 of them?
Or 958 of them.
The tests. Yeah, exactly.
In Las Vegas.
That too. Well, what about that, bro? Holy shit.
That should cover it.
I didn't even think about that. They're like, oh, we were just testing the mechanism. We didn't actually put the radioactive material in there. But yet the reports we read said radioactive tests, blah, blah, blah. So, and there's literally, again, see if you can find it. You might not be able to. Account of military man at nuclear test facility saying he could see his bones through his hands.
Account of military men that what?
That was at the nuclear test site that said he could see his bones through his hands.
Said he could see his bones. Bones at the nuclear testing.
Yes. You probably could have just typed that, and it would have come out bones at nuclear testing site. I can't read that. What does it say?
Well, should I look for a video or this
what does
AI
that say
overview?
right there?
Multiple atomic veterans from the 1950s have reported the chilling experience of seeing their own bones through their skin and closed eyelids during nuclear tests. This phenomenon resulted...
So they had their eyes closed and their hands in front of them, and they saw the bones through their fucking hands and their eyelids, and they saw the bones in their hands due to giant explosions.
That sounds too fantastical for me.
Right? Well, it's nuclear, and like it's X-rays and stuff, bro, and like that's how X-rays work. You know, it's radioactive. That's why you have to wear the lead vest. So clearly, they would be able to see their fucking bones through their hands. That's so ridiculous. And this is on Google AI telling you. I don't think you'll be able to find a video of it. They didn't have cameras back then. I just wanted people to know that I'm not crazy for saying that. Because
watch
they
closely.
claim that.
An online iGaming platform is
multiple veterans claim that.
There's a fucking commercial.
I know. I'm like yelling now because I can hear.
Yeah, no, but it's not on the stream.
I know. That's what I mean. They hear me yelling, but I'm not fucking.
What is this guy
These
saying?
are soldiers who were actually sent to nuclear test sites during the 1950s and 60s, often just miles away from a blast with no protective gear and no warning. News 10's Amber Fisher has a story now of one of those men. His name is Hank
And one of my eyes
sharing
fell
his
asleep.
experiences nearly 70 years
This
later.
guy looks funny. I don't know why.
At just 18 years old, Hank Bolden was in the U.S. Army, stationed in Malibu, California.
Hold on. He doesn't have 3 arms. I've been lied to. What happened? He could see his bone. Does his child have 3 arms? Is that a 3-armed kid in the background? What's going on?
How much did he get paid for this gig?
He was close enough to see his bones through his hands and his eyelids, but it didn't affect him or his children. Okay.
So this is one of those guys. Okay.
The many veterans, yes.
At just 18 years
they
old,
had to pick a black
Hank
man,
Bolden was in the U.S. Army, stationed in Malibu, California. He was part of Operation Teapot, a series of 14 nuclear tests at the Nevada test site in 1955. Bolden says he had no idea he was volunteering to be a test subject, a human observer near an atomic bomb.
I was told that the testing was done just to test to see how troops would perform under the threat or under the idea of there being a nuclear war.
He was flown from Malibu to Nevada for just one night.
Being marched into a foxhole, you still don't know what's going to happen. They just don't. No one really knew what was going to happen, and no protective gear. Why would there be protective gear? We don't know why. And actually, they gave us a rifle. An M1 rifle. And what would you do with an M1 rifle against a bomb?
Bolden was in a foxhole with 7 other soldiers, just 2.8 miles from ground zero.
When the countdown finished, then there was a blast, and you immediately put your hands up over your eyes and cover your eyes, because the light was so bright. And that's when your eyes become like an x-ray machine. You can actually see the bones in your hands or your arms.
After the test detonation, Bolden was sworn to secrecy. It took decades to learn the truth, and he's still living with the effect.
Secrecy? Why?
Like, it's literally like a fucking cartoon. Do you really... Come on. People listening. Do you really think that there's some sort of light that you can hold up that comes from an explosion that looks like a normal explosion, mind you? When we watch these bombs go off from a camera, they don't look different than just a giant bomb. There's no different weird light emitting from them. There's nothing strange going on. They just look like a giant bomb. So now you believe that somehow your eyes can see bones through your hands and through your eyelid, because I do get that different light wavelengths travel in different ways. I get that. But why do you think then that doctors need to take a picture of you when they do an x-ray, and they don't just need to look at you and shine this light on you? Because they can't see you and see through your fucking skin when that light flashes and see your bones. They have to take a picture because that's how it does it. It uses that magnetic wave frequency in order to take a picture and bounce off things. It's not like your human eye can fucking magically pick up on rays and light frequencies that it couldn't before. This is absurd to even think of, and that with your eyes closed, you're now seeing through your hands. If that was possible, there would be light waves like that used for fucking night vision and all of that, and able to see all this stuff already.
And also, wouldn't that be dangerous to be exposed in that scenario with that shit?
Yes, it would. And I mean, that's kind of what they're saying here is, oh, they were exposed to it without their knowledge.
But he made it out fine, like this guy.
I know.
Supposedly.
I mean, that's my point. These people that were supposedly exposed to this lived as long, if not longer, than just average people. And if they were really exposed to this thing that has these horrible effects, why are they fine? Why aren't people being born there with birth defects? Why aren't all the businesses, everything shut down in that area? Now, ignore the people part. Why are plants growing? Why are animals running around there? Like, you can add politics in. Take the politics out. Plants and animals don't follow politics. Why are plants and animals growing fine and thriving in those areas if there's supposedly... Animals know when storms are coming, and they run the other way and find shelter. But you mean to tell me that they don't know that there's radioactive material in this area and they don't avoid that and go somewhere else. No, they go there and they still live and thrive. They're lying to you. There aren't bombs that are going to cause this nuclear fallout that are going to destroy the world and cause nuclear winter and cause these clouds of dust that are going to block out the sun and do. It's all bullshit. They've blown up thousands of them, and this hasn't happened yet. Besides what we're talking about, Operation Fishbowl was all about them firing nukes up in the air to see where they blow up. They were firing them at the firmament. We know that. But even besides that, even if you don't believe that, they were firing nukes up constantly. So besides the tests in Nevada, besides the ones we dropped in war, they fired tons of them in Antarctica. Where's the nuclear fallout? Where's the nuclear winter? Where's all this happening?
I searched on Google, do people live in Hiroshima today? It says, yes, over 1.1 million people live in Hiroshima today. The city was fully rebuilt after the 1945 atomic bombing and is now bustling, safe, and modern industrial city and the capital of Hiroshima, blah, blah, blah. Residual radiation was low and disappeared quickly after the war, making it safe for habitation.
So
they got lucky.
Why are we so worried about Iran having nukes?
Yeah, that is just an excuse to fuck with them, for sure. Like,
why are we so worried about North Korea having nukes? Even though we're clearly way less worried about them having nukes than Iran. But why do we make nukes out to be this world-ending thing when clearly the evidence shows completely different? Why is that? If that doesn't prove to you that it's all about selling fear, I don't know what else will, man. Because you can even Google and find that they aren't what they claim they are. But yet people still have this fear of nukes like it's the world-ending thing.
The most fucked up thing is, though, is that they could use big-ass bombs. Like, let's say the rulers could use it on the U.S. themselves and then say it was Iran or whatever.
Oh, no. So they could do that, and then they could evacuate the area and say, this area is uninhabitable. It's radioactive for the next 50 years. I guarantee you they'll be using that land for something they want to do because they know it's not uninhabitable. This is my whole point in this, is that we need to know that this is a lie. So when they try to pull this, when they say Iran launched a nuke at us and now this area is unable to be inhabited, no, they're doing something else there because it's not uninhabitable. When they try to claim that we're going to war with Iran because if they have nukes, they could destroy the world, that's clearly bullshit. So that's why this is important. I don't give a fuck. Yes, they have gigantic bombs. And yes, it can fuck a lot of shit up. But it's never going to be the... We've heard the terms, nuclear winter, nuclear holocaust, all these things. It'll be the end of humanity if nukes go off. Why? Why will it be the end of humanity when clearly only 50 years after, even before that, but I'm saying even by... giving them all leeway and all accounts of official story, 50 years after a bombing, Hiroshima and Nagasaki were totally fine. How is that going to end the world? That's what I don't get, how they're still selling this bullshit when you can even Google it and it'll tell you it's not what they fed to us.
Do you think the normies will have a harder time believing nukes are fake than believing the globe is a lie, like than believing in flat Earth? Like, do you think
I would hope and
sell?
I would hope and think that nukes are an easier sell, that nukes are fake is an easier sell, because now even Google has changed, even the narrative has changed, and even if you look at the narrative, it's proof it's not what we were sold. So then maybe they can look at them in a different way, because even if you go by the narrative, what's the scariest part about nukes? If you go, okay, everything they're telling us is true, what's the scariest thing about it? What's so terrible about it? That it'll give some people in the area radiation poisoning, maybe? Maybe, if you believe that. What about 5G towers? They're already doing that. You already have them in your neighborhood doing that.
Between
so
that radiation.
That's what I mean. Like, what is it? They sold us on this elaborate story of what nukes were to instill fear in that generation, which I feel was my generation, or it bled over to my generation, because I definitely remember shit in school going under my desk, talking about all this, being afraid of nukes, all of this, the fucking Cold War, and nukes could go off, Russia might launch nukes, all this bullshit. And then, now, when you look at what they're selling us, it's something totally different. It's like they went behind the scenes and just changed the story to where it's not as scary, but it's still scary, but it's not the bullshit they sold us. So they like kind of cut it in half and made it less scary in order to sell it or not get caught, I guess. Not sell it because they already sold it. So now they're like, too many people are looking into it. What about this? What about that? So they had to change it in some way because, again, we both remember what they sold us. There's no denying that. So how is it that now we're looking this up on Google and it's totally different than what they told us in school and people are living there and everything's fine and all that? How do we make sense of that?
Yeah, but so you think, you wish that this would be easier than the flat Earth thing for the normies to,
Well, yeah, because even Google's telling them something different than they were most likely taught. So they should be able to look at that and say, well, I was taught this, and now Google's telling me something different. Something's up. And it's easier to believe that your government lied to you about some bomb you've never seen that was dropped on some country you've never been to.
Don't you think they could just come up with some excuse like, oh, I must have misremembered from school because I
they will. But so my point is, it's much easier to believe something different. Like, it's much easier to admit you were wrong about a bomb you've never seen on a country you've never been to and the effects it had than to believe that you're wrong about the ground you're standing on. So I think it's an easier sell to believe that nukes aren't real than it is to believe that you were wrong about the very foundation of your existence.
I think you're right, but I'm just, doubting that they have the interest or the drive to fully.
Oh, no, I think that too. You just asked me which was easier.
Yeah.
And it's definitely easier, I would think, to believe,
which
is
also
about nukes than they lied about the Earth.
Yeah, which is also retarded because you would think it's pretty easy to see that it is flat because you've never seen a curve ever.
I know. It's a great
apparently
point.
It's not.
Never seen a curve. Never felt it spin.
But I see the picture you got going there. Oh. Yeah, that's one atomic bomb that I've seen. But if I'm not mistaken, I've seen another one that looks like a fat one. Have you seen that little fat thing?
I don't know. Let's really Google images of nukes, images of atomic bombs.
Atomic. My Google search history is not looking good for me. Like atomic this, atomic that. How do you, the ingredients? How do you? They're like.
I know now you're in trouble.
Yeah, this guy is trying something. Okay. I guess it's from this one, like a really fat. Like. But I guess maybe this is the initial impact, maybe.
Yeah,
and then it turns
the other
into
one's
a
the mushroom cloud. So that could just be, a really big bomb again.
yeah, fat, big bomb.
A fat big bomb.
What about this? Like, how do we know? What the? Is this even real?
I don't know. That doesn't look very real. It's close to land, that's for sure. A little bit too close.
It reminds me of a video I saw. I don't know if that was real, but there was some huge ass bomb going off in the ocean next to the beach. You could see a big fucking wave coming towards
Next to the beach where?
I have no fucking clue. Somewhere. I don't even know if that video was real. I don't even know if that video was real. Considering today now with the AI thing, they could literally.
We're at that point, man.
They could literally make that shit look real. Yeah, like realistically have an atomic bomb happening.
Realistically real.
Yeah, what else do you got on this shit?
I mean, I feel like that's enough. That's pretty much it, man.
It is enough.
I don't know what else you need to believe that they're feeding you bullshit.
I don't need too much more. I saw the guy, standing there without protection gear and a cameraman. Maybe the cameraman had protection gear, but I saw a guy standing there, not being scared about melting or something.
Let's see if we can find the one real quick before we go.
I
where
saw
the car
a guy
disappeared.
I saw a guy apparently licking radiation and being radioactive.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
You pour it out in the hand.
Radioactive contamination.
Is it
radioactive?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Very
Lick it.
That literally sounds like a dude that goes like.
Decontamination is nothing but scooping it back up and putting it into the bottle.
What if that's just somebody on a mic backstage?
So good.
What if that's not real? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man, that's good. Oh,
well,
fuck. Okay, look up real quick. Check
What?
out maybe YouTube nuclear bomb tests. We might be able to find the one with the car disappearing.
Nuclear bomb test.
Yeah.
In water or no?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we take CNN?
Probably
They're
not.
very credible.
No, let me see if I can find it. It's gonna be like original.
We have one in
test.
4K. I think this is the one I was talking about. Hold on. This fucking commercial thing.
Fucking
I think
commercials.
this is the one I think I was talking about.
Oh, the wave one?
Yeah, I think so. That's what it was. Yeah, this one. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. So now think about it. Putting all that in the ocean, right?
Yeah. Hold on, is this 1958? It looks like 2018.
I know, what the fuck?
The quality.
It was colorized, bro.
Yeah, but the quality is crazy. So this is 150-meter uncut footage of underwater atomic blast.
Underwater atomic blast.
Okay, but where is the wave? Let's see the wave. Shouldn't there be a tsunami coming? Like what happened here? Shouldn't that create a huge wave?
It should. Yeah.
But where is that fucking wave? There is no wave.
Where's the tsunami?
There is no wave.
Ooh, tsunami nami. Okay, here's the YouTube video. We'll watch it real quick. The car thing may be in here. It's a longer version of. And now,
okay.
as you watch this, keep in mind, at this time, all the movies were happening where they were using miniatures for everything. They were doing that, so they were very hip to that. So let's watch this and see what we think, you know. Here it goes.
Hold on. What is that? It like blasts out and then retracts. It kind of looks like if you go back
like
a little bit.
It pulls back.
Yeah, and then it sucks it back. Like bam, and then comes back in.
That's the huge explosion needs oxygen, so it's pulling air back.
Okay. Oh, that's the car.
This was the building. I know. Did they cut it out though? I think they've gone through and cut it out now because we saw it on the Joe Rogan. It was on the Joe Rogan thing. So.
I saw it there too. Maybe we can find that one. Right? That's a clear sound effect. That's a close one. Oh yeah.
Come on. Do you really think you could hear the wood and stuff shattering over the sound of the bomb?
Yeah, take that back a little bit because that's bullshit. You know why this is bullshit? The microphone should, distort. You know?
Yeah.
The microphone, whatever, should distort the fuck out of itself.
Not only that, you shouldn't even be able to hear wood being blown apart over the sound of the bomb that's blowing the wood apart. Think about that. The bomb has to be more powerful than the house, but you can hear the wood clanking apart, but not hear the bomb.
Yeah, dude, even my voice can distort my microphone. You don't think nuclear blast would distort a microphone?
Exactly.
This
Why
is
you gotta blow up white people? It is.
Yeah,
it's all bullshit.
But at least this one doesn't have.
Oh wait, there was another one. Hold on, I don't even remember that one from the episode. But did that truck disappear? There's a truck.
Let me see.
Hold on. Oh, the truck's gone.
Yeah.
Look.
Yep.
That's not even the same one. That's not even the same one, and the truck fucking disappears. Holy shit! We just found a new one. Truck there. Truck gone.
Yeah. That's a new one. Found a new one there.
Damn.
And you could hear the glass. Oh, this is another angle.
Yep, that truck's gone again. Oh.
Why would they film? Hold on. That one exploded. You know why? You know why? This one shatters the whole, Remember when I said, like, but what if it's a zoom that is, like, from miles away zooming in, right?
Oh, yeah, it's inside the house.
Yeah, that argument
Excellent
is shot
fucking
now.
point. But also, watch the fire so the heat hit first before the wave. Ready? Lines catch on fire, then the explosion hits.
Oh, man.
Oh, here, I'm in my car. Are we going to see a dude die? No, I'm kidding. What the fuck is this?
Hold on, what? That's such a clear sound effect of him opening the door. Oh! Okay, hold on. Pause this.
Yeah.
Pause this. Go back to when he's, parking his car and all that shit. Are you telling me they did not tell him that they're gonna do?
No, I mean I know.
Test?
There's clearly he left.
What?
Like I don't even know. They like set this up. Like no,
but there's a camera. Hold on, there's a camera obviously installed at his house in the 50s or 40s for some reason.
I know.
Right? A camera is stationary right there in the middle of nowhere.
I think what they're doing here is they're trying to sell you on the fact that this is a real house. So Clearly, this is a real house because you see a man and a car walking into it. But then, when it blows up, all the vehicles are gone. They're all gone.
They made a miniature copy of it or something.
Of the house. They're trying to sell you. And I don't know what this shot is. That's weird. But another one in the house. So let's watch the camera. Oh, the camera's fine. Oh.
Oh yeah, the camera survived in the room.
Yep. Oh, camera's fine.
That's one hell of a camera. It's made out of titanium or something.
Again, the pullback. This is ridiculous. What the fuck? They're like, oh, there's lights on at night. Oh, the car's still there on that one. The car doesn't move. The car's
Hold on.
fine.
Could it be okay? Could it be one thing? If it's not a miniature house, could it just be a blowout of the house, like some explosive? Like,
oh, obviously, it could be just a big explosive off camera directed in that direction. But
yeah,
they're telling you that these are atomic bombs going off. And this is the impact it would have on your home if an atomic bomb went off.
oh, I know what the. I know what the globies of the nuke thing would say.
Oh, even that. Hold on. You can say what you were gonna say, but why is it so localized on that spot on the roof? Watch. And why is it blowing out and back?
Right? Just like almost in the middle of it. But I know what the argument would be from the people that would say the nuke is real when it comes to the camera in the room. Well, dummy, obviously that one is like so far away that the only effect it will do to the house in that case is just blow in the room. And that's why the camera
That's
would
all.
withstand. Yeah. I don't know how good
Whatever
that
whatever the
explanation
box
is.
the camera was in, whatever that was built out of, that's what we need to build houses out of, because clearly it's indestructible to nukes. So
yeah,
we'll be all good.
I guess, I have no choice but to say that I'm 99% sure that it's fake. 99.
Yeah. That's a good percentage. I mean,
That's
if
close
before
as to
this you were
100.
like, "Oh, I don't really know, like I don't have anything to say," and now you're at 99%, I feel like I did my job.
Yeah,
feel like I
before
did
this, I
pretty
think I
damn
was
well.
like 65% it's fake, leaving 35%.
Yeah,
Now
and I brought you up.
34% of that disappeared.
I feel like I did great, man. That's a good percentage jump. 34%. I'll take that any day of the week, man.
You know why? Because there was too much things that didn't make sense. And that's a way, at least I think most people do it, but at least that's a way for me to decipher if something is bullshit. If something is bullshit. Too many things that doesn't add up.
Yeah.
Makes me go, this is bullshit.
Yeah, why were there people there shortly after when they sold us on this thing of 1,000 years? Why is it fine now? Even if you take away that there were people there shortly after, right now they're thriving cities. How can they possibly be if it's what they taught us? It's not. So all they could do is change the story. But even by the story that they tell us now, then why are they selling this as something that's world-ending? It's all about fear. And most people, I would assume, who aren't awake to all of this, who would hear this, would think we're lying and go look it up and be like, oh my God, they're right. It does only say this long. It is only in this small area. It won't end the world. So why are they still selling this as a world-ending thing when even fucking Google will tell you that's not what it is?
And you know what's the funniest thing is? I think they have other weapons that probably are way more dangerous or scarier that we don't know about.
Yeah, that they can just turn on a power strip and dial in a fucking frequency and fuck us up. And we're worried about some nuclear fallout from some bullshit bomb that'll end the world, and we're willing to go kill other people in other countries because we're worried that they have it and will use it against us when it doesn't even exist. Like, this is a huge piece of what they use to manipulate the world stage, and we just all divert back to this thing that we thought when we were kids because they taught us it. It's the same thing with the fucking heliocentric model. We just go along with it because that's what they told us. And then once you look at it, you're like, what? That's what it is? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, isn't Einstein both tied to the atomic bomb and some globe
absolutely,
bullshit?
100%. Yes.
Very interesting.
He's tied. He was one of the people on the Manhattan Project that were working on the atomic bomb, and he was the main proponent of the heliocentric model that turned gravity from, what's his name?
Newton.
What's the first dude? Yeah, Newtonian gravity to Einsteinian, which changed from mass attracting mass to the bending and warping of space-time causing mass to attract mass because they needed that to explain the heliocentric model. So yes, he's tied to both of these giant
What are the
lines.
odds that he gets two of these things?
Exactly. I know.
Two.
Yeah. Real weird, right? I'm sure we'll find him tied to another one at some point.
Yeah. That's pretty odd.
So that's why I wanted to do this. Like, I feel pretty confidently that if I have a conversation with someone with access to the internet, I can convince them that it's not what we've been told it is at a minimum.
And listen, you know, I told you this. I don't, before we started this, I don't know too much about this thing. I've only seen that video with the supposed miniature models. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay? But I think anybody that's watching this, if you're watching this and giving it like a fair, shot, you would probably come to the same conclusions as I did here. Like, how can you not see the inconsistencies in everything you brought up here? Like, watch this, and I think a lot of people's minds will be, shifted if they, in a fair way look at this, with an open mind.
And not only that, look at all of it yourself. This was just me looking into it and what I found and what I thought contradicted it. And after I found enough, I gave up. I guarantee you there's way more out there. So use this as a jump off point and go find more stuff yourself, because I guarantee you, if you think I'm wrong and you don't just go, he's an idiot, he's wrong, and you actually try to prove me wrong, I guarantee you'll come to the same conclusion I did, because you won't find one piece of proof that shows what they claimed it to be and what it is, connecting those, because we have real world evidence that shows that it's not what they said it was. So I don't know how you disprove this. I really don't.
Yeah, and I think this episode will open people's minds to that it is fake. You know what I mean? Like, after watching this, I can definitely see that happen because it happened to me. So
awesome. So opening minds, that's what we do. If you like having your mind open, don't forget to go to phoneboothpodcast.substack.com, where all the good shit is. That's where all the shit lays. Go there. You got Phone Booth Podcast. You've got The Philosopher King. You've got Dualistic. You've got Here's the Thing. You got The Pick Is In. You got Mind to Mind This. You got Fasting Fake. You got Detoxing the Matrix, and you got Translucid. You got bonus content there. Every day there's new shit popping up. You got everybody there contributing. And don't forget to check out our merch store, where we got a lot of shit. I'm going to post some new stuff soon. Check that out. We pour our hearts and souls into this shit. Go check out our merch store. It's Vince can't click on it for some reason. Just go check it out. And don't forget to check out canambullion.com, where you can get your gold, silver, and platinum coins, bars, bullion. All of it gets delivered to your house. Buy it right away. Don't put it in your cart and wait. You get it all there. It'll get sent to your house in a nondescript pack. It hedges against inflation. The dollar keeps dropping. Silver and gold especially, keeps going up. Silver's going up and down. Gold has skyrocketed. Buy yourself some gold. Buy yourself some silver. Go buy it. If you like what you see, please go to Phone Booth Podcast. We love you guys. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Nukes are fake.
Peace.
Peace.